Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Lagna. So I hope you are prepared for the seminar today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what about Gagna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll wait for the others also, and once they'll join, then we'll start.
Ma'am, mine was only about manure and fertilizers, right? Not the advantages of manures and fertilizers.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So whatever we'll be covering, okay. If not, then I'll be covering whatever the remaining will be there.
Okay, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Rudra. Rudra, are you ready for your seminar?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. So we'll wait for the others, and then we will be starting the seminar. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Lasya. So children, now turn on the videos. All the videos should be on. Okay. I can see only Sahibi. Okay. I can see Zubair also now. Zubair, are you ready for the seminar?
Which seminar, ma'am?
In the last class, I have allotted some of the topics for that. You need to prepare. You are you aware of that? Okay,
No, ma'am,
Lasya.
no, sir.
Okay, Gagana, okay. Okay, you are okay. Fine, no issues. So others will be doing that. So you can just listen to the class, and maybe for the next class, I'll give you some topic. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Actually, I am Rudra, ma'am. I cannot switch on my video, ma'am, because I'm out of station and I couldn't prepare for the seminar, ma'am.
Why? Okay. Any other one like who hasn't prepared apart from Rudra?
Ma'am, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I had forgotten. I had so much work this week, ma'am, actually. Also, because the teachers were giving so much homework for this weekend also, because there's long
See,
weekend.
it's a duty of the teachers to give the work actually.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Right?
not because you gave work, ma'am. I was gonna do it. It slipped my mind, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, last year, ma'am, I just arrived to Hyderabad just now, ma'am. It's been just 30 minutes. Just we kept our luggages aside and my father was just sleeping. Just now I arrived Hyderabad.
Okay, all right. Okay, no issues. So I think Sahiti and Gagana might be prepared.
Ma'am, I'll be preparing now, ma'am. I'll try to
Okay,
prepare.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, I
Sahiti,
cannot
I'll just be reading. I have prepared a Word document actually.
no, reading actually, see, reading is something different. I don't want you to read anything. I just want, like, you can use the content, whatever you have, but yes, it should be explained in your own words. You
Ma'am,
can take maybe a 1 week more time, no problem in that, children. But see, the things are these activities, you know what they give you the confidence to learn, actually, to understand the things. And when you do it, you'll know it better in that way, right? Because sometimes what happened, ma'am is teaching you, I'm teaching you, or then you will be listening. And only 50% of the things will be in your brain and 50 will go out, because you will be looking here and there, you will be thinking, oh, today my mother, she has prepared a very yummy dish. So after the class, immediately when it is going to be 6, I should eat it, right? And then some of you will be thinking, okay, tonight I have to go to the temple because today is this festival. Then Monday is Raksha Bandhan, so ma'am will be giving holiday or not. So many things will be going on, right, during the classes time. So that is the thing, like, you will not be able to focus. But when it is given to you that you have to present yourself, so you will be giving 110%, right? So no issues. This time you have not prepared, but next time make sure that you prepare. Gautam, have you prepared for the seminar?
Ma'am,
Gautam, have you prepared for the seminar?
we need to prepare for uh, the the objects which we use for farming, right, ma'am? Like
Blase, I can't remember actually what topic I gave you because everybody I gave a different topic.
okay.
Yeah, Gautam, are you ready? Have you prepared for the seminar, Gautam?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was not there in the last class.
Okay. Charan, what about you? Okay. Okay, children. Now, better. I think only Sahiti has prepared. Sahiti, what you have prepared actually?
Ma'am, my topic was like nutrients that should be given to plants, crops.
And then, in which form you're going to present yourself?
Ma'am, I made a PPT.
Okay. So, better what we can do, we can go for Sahiti today, and remaining children, I'll be giving you the topic. All right. Okay. Sahiti, I'll be making you the co-host so that you can share your screen.
Okay.
So I have made you the co-host. Now you can just start.
Okay, ma'am. Just.
And other children, you can turn on the video, children. Like, someone is presenting herself. So, yeah.
Ma'am, yes. Ma'am, can you see?
Yeah, I can see. I can see.
Yes, ma'am. So ma'am, there's like two types of nutrients that are required for crops. There are macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are the ones which are needed in large quantities for plants, and micronutrients are the ones which are needed in less quantities. Micronutrients are like fuel, which are like copper, iron, manganese, and nickel and zinc. Macronutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. And the important macronutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. They are called as NPK. Nitrogen, it helps in making protein. It helps in the growth of the plant germination and the vegetative growth. And then phosphorus helps in the root development, energy storage, disease, like it gives the immunity, and then quality flower and fruiting of seed production. Potassium helps in resistance of fungal disease and insect specks, so we don't need the pesticides and all if we have that. And it helps in making of protein, fat, and sugar. And that's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, short, crisp, and easy to understand. So she has explained in a good way, very good, Saiti. So two types of the nutrients are there, micro and the macro. Macro are required in the large amount, whereas the micro, as the name says, it's required in the small amount. Fine. So different types are there, different names are there, and NPK basically stands for the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So NPK is required by the plants, by the crops in the highest amount actually. Fine, and that is the reason, like you might have heard the word the crop rotation, right? So in the crop rotation process, what happened in maybe 3 to 4 months, they will be growing one type of the crop, right? And the next 4 to 5 or 6 months, they will be growing the other type of the crop. Why it is so? Because the requirement of the crop is actually can be same or can be different. Like some of the crops will be needing the same type of nutrients. And now what happened? If all the nutrients, if you are growing at one place and have the same type of nutrients, so what do? They will be eating only that type of nutrient. For example, like I'm growing pulses, okay? In that crop, the pulses required basically the nitrogen highest amount. Now what do? Those pulses crop, they will be taking all the amount of nitrogen. They will be using whatever the amount of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, through the soil, they will be using it, okay? Now what is left out? The phosphorus and the potassium. Now what happened? Once that all nitrogen is over, will that same crop will be able to grow in the same land? No, right? So what we need to do is, we have to actually change that crop. Now, how we will be changing? We will be shifting to that crop after 4 or 6 months to that crop which require potassium and the phosphorus, because nitrogen is already over, right? Now we cannot rely on the nitrogen. Now we have to change the crop to some other crop which require the phosphorus and potassium in high amount. Now, once those two are used, then we can go for the other type of the crop. So that is what the crop rotation, where we will be using the each and every requirement according to, we will be using the nutrients according to our need actually. And that is why we do the crop rotation. Whereas in the mixed, yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, should we represent that our topics only in the PPT?
It's up to you whether however way, whatever way you wanted to represent, you can do that.
And I thought it was just to represent by PPT.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Fine. So,
Ma'am,
tell me.
ma'am, may you give the topics down to us again?
Yeah, after maybe some minutes I'll be giving you. So
Yes.
Now let us start with a new topic. Just give me 1 minute, children. Okay, children. So now the next topic is very interesting topic, and which is very basic topic is also method of crop production. So we are talking about crops, but how do we produce them? What are the different ways? What are the different steps by using them we will be growing in our field? Can we do it like as Lasa is studying in just grade 8, Zubair is studying in grade 8? Can you grow the crop? Do you know
No,
how to
ma'am.
grow the crop?
No, ma'am.
But if I ask you to grow a rose plant, can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? A normal plant, a normal rose plant, or a normal lemon plant, or maybe coriander plant also you might, grow. But when it comes to the larger area for growing the crop, then you might have to study in detail, like what they are actually,
Techniques.
what kind of crops they are, what are the different steps for them, how much they require, whether they require more, whether they require less, what are different things they require. So all those things we will be studying in the methods of crop production. Fine. So these kind of activities, they are called as the agricultural practices. So whatever the practices required to grow those crops in the field, they are called as the agricultural practices. Fine. And to follow these agricultural practices, we will be needing some of the other tools, right? And those tools are called as the implements. Like if you are going to your computer lab, in your computer lab, you have the computer, right? You have the mouse, you have the keyboard, you have the printer. So what those are? They are actually the basic requirement for your computer class, right? So you're coming for the online classes. For the online classes, your mobile or maybe your laptop, your iPad or something is a basic requirement for taking the online class. Same way, if you want to grow the crops, you should have those tools in your hand, and then only you can, work on that. Fine. So those kind of the tools which are used for the agriculture purposes, practices, they are called as the implements. Now, there are 9 different steps involved in this. The first step which is there is the preparation of the soil. So we should know actually whatever the soil we are using is ready or not. So when I say it's ready or not, what does it mean? How I can say that it is ready? Or how I cannot say that it is not ready?
Ma'am, we can say as the soil has the minerals and nutrients so that the crop grows fast, and if the soil is not ready, the crop grows little slow, and uh, it doesn't grow nicely. Like the crop may get spoiled fast, or the food the crop you're eating also may be bad.
Okay, fine. You are talking basically about the nutrients. Okay, fine. All right. Any other answer, Gagana, Gautam, Rudra? Charan, Tej, Nayanika, Sahiti, Varshit, Amatu, Zubair. Any other answer?
Ma'am,
Why
we
it
can
is Yeah, tell me, Gautam.
Ma'am, we can find out that if the crop, if the soil is ready or not by seeing the color, ma'am, and the thickness.
So, what color it should be and what thickness it should be?
Ma'am, if it is, I think if it is in bright brown, then the soil is ready, and if it is in pale color, pale brown, then it is not ready. I think so.
Okay.
Ma'am, may I say, ma'am?
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, also one more thing that we have noticed when
Hmm.
crops are there, ma'am, is that when they grow, they have a limited size that they grow in, or a yield that is just in an average amount. But when the soil is lacking nutrients, the yield will be decreased, the size of the plant will be decreased, and it will just look a lot smaller than it should look like in general. Like stunted. It should look stunted.
Okay, so basically, Nayanika, you have reached a little next step actually. My question is, how will you get to know that the soil is ready or not? See, children, what happened now? If I have the two soil in my hand, okay, I'm taking maybe two types of soil I'm taking in my hand. One soil is very dry, okay.
Ma'am, can I
The second one, yeah, children, tell me.
Ma'am, we can check if the soil is means fertile and it's loosened.
Very good. So what you should do is you have to check for the loosening of the soil. The particles of the soil should not be tightly held together. Very first point, a very important point. The soil should be loosened enough actually. And that loosening is important. So as what can pass inside those particles?
Air.
Air,
Nutrients.
Sir,
water, nutrients.
the roots should spread more, ma'am.
Very good. The roots have to be spread more, and for that, what has to be there? The soil has to be loosened, right? Enough so that the roots can go deepen actually, deepen and they can spread. Okay, very good, Zubair. So 2 points, like loosening of the soil is important so that the roots can go deeper and all. And the second thing, Gautam has mentioned, his point is also correct, but I'll just clarify it more in a clear way. So what happened? You might have seen, you might have you might have learned in the class 7 about the humus, right?
Yes, ma'am, before.
Right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
humus is the top layer, right? So that upper layer of the soil, when that soil layer has the humus, then what happen? Automatically that crop will be getting more amount of the nutrients. And if the humus is not there, then they will not be getting it. So how we will be able to identify? By the color of it. If it is dark brown or if it is like kind of the black in color, then it means they have the humus. And if it is dry, then it means they do not have the humus in it. So it's important that before going ahead with any other step, what do? We have to make sure that our soil is ready enough or it is loosened enough for the process, for the first step. So when we give the water, when we give the air, when we get the mineral, when they get the humus, automatically the crop will be yield. The crop will increase actually in the yield. So that is how we should do it. Now, how we will make sure that the soil is loosened or not? For that, there is a process called as the tilling or plowing. Okay, so a tool is there called as plow. With the help of that, what the farmers will be doing, they will be digging the soil. Okay, they'll be using both hands together and they will be digging it like this, so that whatever the soil is there inside, actually they will be bringing it up, so that the down nutrients can also reach up. Clear? Because if only from the surface they are doing the digging part or they are losing the soil, no use. What they should do, they have to go a little deep also, so that the down nutrients can also come up and they also can get the air, water and the other nutrients, whatever they need. Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us write first of all this and then we will be moving to the next one. Any doubt, Gagna, Varshit, Amadou, Rudra?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I'll share the screen. We'll write it. Okay, so we'll start first of all with the definition. Okay, we'll leave the definition. We'll start with directly the agricultural practices. So we should write the different steps of it. So for the agricultural practices, there are the different steps. The first step is soil preparation. So in the first step, soil preparation, or we can say it as a preparation of soil also. In the second step, it is the sowing. Third step, manuring. Then fourth step, irrigation. Then the fifth step, weeding. Then sixth step, crop protection. Then the seventh step, harvesting. Eighth step, threshing. And the last one is the storage. Now, see, children, we cannot change the order of these practices. You
Ma'am,
cannot.
sowing, I meant threshing come under a different step.
Harvesting and threshing is basically a kind of same process, but yes, in some of the crops and all, there will be a different, tools used for it.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine, so we'll be learning of both the things. So harvesting, threshing, winnowing, basically these three are same only, but a little difference. The machine difference is there. So we have to write in the sequence only. We cannot change the sequence here because the first should be soil preparation. So whatever soil we have to be ready with that. We cannot write the first step as a storage, right? Without getting the crop itself, how you can store it. Or we cannot write the irrigation as a first step or weeding as a first step, because you should first of all sow the seed. Then only you can take care of the next process and all. So that is why these steps should be mentioned in the same order. Now we will be starting with the first one, which is the.
Ma'am, can you go back, ma'am, once?
Okay.
Just for once.
Ma'am, aren't weeding and crop protection the same thing?
Weeding and crop production, we can say as the same thing. But what happens in the crop production, we have the herbicides also, pesticides also involved in them. Okay, that is why I have mentioned it here separately. So weeding is basically for the weeds only, like unwanted plants. All right. Whereas the crop protection
Ma'am,
can
I'm
be
done.
from the pest also, right? The small pests are there, so they include them.
Okay.
Ma'am, after threshing, you have winnowing also, right, ma'am?
Yeah, harvesting, threshing, and winnowing. So shall we go for the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, preparation of soil is the first and the important topic. So here, the first point is soil is the loose upper, 1 minute. Soil is the loose upper layer of earth surface where plants grow. So we know very well that whatever the plants we have, they will be growing only where? In the soil. Second, it acts as a medium for germination. So we know that with the help of the soil only, what happened? The germination can happen. So the soil acts as a medium for the germination of the seed. So with the help of soil, the germination will be happening. And because of the germination, the growth of the crops also will be there. So growth of crops. And it provides water, minerals, air, and humus to the plants. So with the help of the soil, the plants, what they will be getting, because see, soil is a part through which the roots will be able to take the roots will be able to take the water, roots will be able to take the nutrients to the soil. So that is why the soil will be acting as a medium basically. So it provides water, mineral, air, and humus to the plants. Then the growth of plants, the growth of plants.
Ma'am, can you go to the previous page?
Yeah, just 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me complete this, then I'll go back. So the growth of the plants depend upon the fertility of soil. See, fertility means how capable the soil is to grow the crop. So two words are there, fertile, infertile. Okay. Two words are there, fertile and infertile. So fertile means where the crop can be grown and the yield can be high. Okay. Infertile means the land or the soil which is not capable enough where the crops can grow. Like forest. When we talk about the forest, generally in the forest, can you grow the crop? No. So in the forest, you will be able to see only the kind of the plant which is not required. Basically, they can grow anytime. Or I can say the desert actually. Desert in the desert also, there will be no proper growth of the plants or no particular plants will be growing. So since the soil there is not capable enough to grow the plants.
Ma'am, can you go to before slide once, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm not able to see your screen.
Your screen is visible, ma'am. Your voice is not audible. Just okay.
Ma'am,
Ma'am is it in the class. Question. Those two. Music. Music. Or
Anand, I checked the messages. Ma'am is not able to reconnect, it seems. I think we can leave the call.
So should we leave the call?
I
I
can
think
host.
she also sent the note.